Are you sharing too much with your family and paying the price with stress, conflicts, and lost peace in the years when you deserve it most? In the next 15 minutes, I'll reveal the 4 specific pieces of information you should keep private after 65 to protect your mental health, maintain family harmony, and preserve your independence, backed by psychology research on successful aging. And secret number 3 is the one that causes the most family conflict and stress-related health problems in seniors, yet almost everyone shares it freely without realizing the damage it creates. Doris, a 71-year-old from Indiana, shared detailed information about her finances and future plans with her adult children, thinking transparency would prevent problems. Instead, it triggered 2 years of family arguments, manipulation attempts, and stress so severe, her doctor directly linked it to her high blood pressure and chronic insomnia. Secret 1. Your exact financial situation and asset details. The specific details of your bank accounts, savings, investments, property values, and total net worth should remain your private information, not shared casually with family members regardless of how close you feel to them. Research from Johns Hopkins School of Public Health shows that seniors who disclose detailed financial information to adult children and other family members experience significantly higher stress levels, increased family conflict and tension, sleep disturbances and insomnia, elevated blood pressure, and even cardiovascular problems compared to those who maintain appropriate financial privacy boundaries. Money changes relationships in profound and often irreversible ways, and sharing your financial details with family members fundamentally alters the power dynamics and introduces complications that didn't exist before. Once family members know exactly what you have, they begin making calculations, forming expectations, and viewing your money as partially theirs already, even if they'd never admit this consciously. The psychological impact of financial disclosure goes far beyond simple knowledge sharing. When adult children know their parents' exact net worth, they begin mentally dividing it, comparing what siblings might receive, questioning your spending decisions, and feeling entitled to weigh in on your financial choices. Studies from the American Psychological Association show that financial transparency within families often backfires, creating the exact opposite of the intended harmony and trust. Family members who previously respected your autonomy suddenly feel entitled to comment on your purchases, vacations, gifts to others, and charitable donations. They may express concern about you spending their inheritance, even if they'd be mortified to say it so directly. The stress this creates for seniors is measurable and dangerous. Research from the Mayo Clinic demonstrates that family financial conflict raises cortisol levels, disrupts sleep, elevates blood pressure, and contributes to anxiety and depression in older adults. Harold, a 68-year-old from Michigan, told his 3 children exactly how much money he had accumulated in savings and investments. Within months, they began requesting loans for various reasons, questioning his spending on travel and hobbies, and openly arguing about who would receive what assets in the future, completely destroying his peace. Sharing your exact financial details invites unsolicited advice and judgment about how you should spend or save your own money. It creates expectations about inheritance that poison current relationships. It triggers sibling rivalries and comparisons that damage family harmony. It opens you to manipulation, pressure, or even financial abuse when you're at your most vulnerable. It removes your financial privacy and autonomy when you should be enjoying the money you worked your entire life to accumulate. Keep your exact financial details completely private, sharing only what's absolutely necessary for legal purposes or genuine safety concerns if you become incapacitated. When family members ask direct questions about your finances, respond with simple, firm boundaries like, "I have enough for my needs," "That's private information," or "My finances are handled appropriately." You don't owe anyone a detailed financial disclosure, regardless of their relationship to you or their stated concerns. If you've already shared too much financial information, start setting clear boundaries today before the damage to your peace and relationships becomes irreversible. Secret 2. Every medical diagnosis and health detail. Do your adult children really need to know about every doctor's appointment, test result, routine screening, minor ache, and health concern you experience? Studies from Harvard Medical School on aging and autonomy show that seniors who routinely overshare health information often face dramatically increased anxiety from worried family members, significant loss of independence through premature and unnecessary interventions, diminished decision-making authority over their own healthcare and daily choices, and being treated as fragile or incapable when they're actually functioning well. Your adult children mean well, but sharing every health detail transforms them from supportive family members into anxious monitors of your well-being, and this shift damages both your autonomy and your relationship quality. Once you establish a pattern of sharing every medical detail, family members begin expecting these updates and become alarmed when you maintain normal privacy, interpreting it as hiding something serious. The medicalization of normal aging is a real problem that oversharing health information accelerates. Every ache, pain, or minor health concern that's completely normal for your age becomes cause for alarm when you share it with anxious adult children who don't understand that aging bodies function differently. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that seniors who maintain appropriate health privacy retain more autonomy, experience less anxiety, make better healthcare decisions free from family pressure, and maintain better relationships with adult children who aren't constantly worried. Your routine colonoscopy, mammogram, blood pressure check, or minor medication adjustment doesn't require a family announcement. These are normal parts of healthcare maintenance, not crises requiring family involvement. When you share every health detail, you're training your family to view you as fragile and declining, which becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy as they begin restricting your activities and independence based on their fears rather than your actual capabilities. Francine, a 73-year-old from Ohio, casually mentioned an upcoming routine colonoscopy to her daughter during a phone call. Her daughter immediately began treating her as fragile, calling daily to check on her, expressing concern about her living alone, and suggesting she consider moving to assisted living despite having no actual health problems or limitations. Oversharing health information causes well-meaning family members to overreact to normal aging and routine healthcare. It leads them to treat you as incapable or declining when you're actually healthy and independent. It subjects you to pressure for unwanted changes like moving, stopping activities, or accepting unnecessary help. It creates anxiety in family members that then gets projected back onto you, worsening your own health anxiety. It diminishes your authority over your own healthcare decisions as family members feel entitled to weigh in. Share only genuinely serious health issues that require family support, involvement, or would impact their lives directly. Keep routine checkups, screenings, minor concerns, normal age-related changes, and temporary health issues private unless they genuinely affect your ability to function or pose serious risks. When asked about your health, respond with, "I'm doing well. My doctor says I'm healthy for my age," or "nothing to worry about." Your health information is yours to control. Start exercising that right now to maintain your autonomy and peace. Secret 3. Details about your will and inheritance plans. Discussing the specific contents of your will, who gets what assets, how you've divided your estate, and why you made particular inheritance decisions before you're gone, is the single biggest source of family conflict, manipulation, and severe stress for seniors. Research from the Mayo Clinic and American Psychological Association demonstrates conclusively that seniors who disclose detailed inheritance plans experience dramatically increased family tension and conflict, manipulation attempts from relatives hoping to change your plans, guilt and emotional pressure to revise your decisions, damaged relationships with family members unhappy with their designated share, and serious stress-related health problems including hypertension, depression, anxiety, and even heart attacks triggered by family conflict. Inheritance discussions bring out the absolute worst in families, revealing greed, entitlement, and resentments that might have remained dormant forever if the topic had stayed private until after death. Money and inheritance have destroyed more families than almost any other issue. When you tell your children or other relatives what they're inheriting, several things happen immediately. Those receiving less begin questioning your decisions, comparing themselves to siblings, and feeling rejected or unloved. Those receiving more may feel guilty or become targets of sibling resentment. Everyone begins viewing your assets as partially theirs already, feeling entitled to comment on your spending or financial decisions. Some family members may actively campaign to change your will using guilt, manipulation, or emotional pressure. Others may alter their behavior toward you based on their expected inheritance, creating inauthentic relationships. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that families who discuss inheritance before death experience significantly higher rates of estrangement, permanent relationship damage, and elder financial abuse as relatives attempt to secure larger shares. The stress this creates for the senior at the center of these conflicts is severe and measurable, contributing to serious health problems. Leonard, a 76-year-old from Georgia, thought transparency would prevent future disputes, so he carefully explained his will details to his 4 adult children. Instead, 2 children immediately stopped speaking to him, feeling their shares were unfair compared to siblings. One hired a lawyer and threatened to contest the will. The stress was so severe, Leonard was hospitalized with chest pain his cardiologist directly attributed to family conflict. Revealing your will contents creates immediate conflict and resentment among family members. It damages relationships possibly permanently, as relatives compare their shares and feel slighted. It subjects you to relentless pressure, guilt, and manipulation attempts to change your plans. It causes severe stress that directly harms your physical health, potentially triggering heart problems, high blood pressure, and other serious conditions. It transforms family relationships into transactional arrangements based on expected inheritance rather than genuine love. Keep your will and estate plans completely and permanently private, informing family only that you have legal documents properly prepared, signed, and stored safely with your attorney. Never discuss specific bequests, asset divisions, or your reasoning. If pressured, respond firmly with, "My will is private and will remain so. Everything is handled legally and appropriately," or, "This topic is not open for discussion." If you've already discussed your will details, refuse absolutely to discuss it further, starting immediately. Explain that the topic is permanently closed and you will not revisit it regardless of pressure. Your peace and health depend on this firm boundary. Secret 4. Past family conflicts and old grievances, bringing up old family conflicts, rehashing past mistakes, dwelling on decades-old grievances, or repeatedly reminding family members of their failures after age 65 destroys current relationships and severely damages your own mental health. Johns Hopkins research on successful aging and life satisfaction shows clearly that seniors who continually revisit past conflicts experience significantly higher rates of depression and anxiety, measurably worse relationship quality with family members, increased social isolation and loneliness, chronically elevated stress hormones, including cortisol, reduced life satisfaction and happiness, and shorter lifespans compared to those who maintain firm boundaries around past issues. Dwelling on the past serves absolutely no positive purpose after 65. It doesn't change what happened. It doesn't make you feel better despite what you might tell yourself. And it actively damages the relationships you have left in the limited time remaining. Your adult children, siblings, and other family members made mistakes over the decades. They disappointed you, made poor choices, said hurtful things, and failed to meet your expectations at various points. This is universal human experience. Continuing to bring up these past failures, mistakes, and conflicts at family gatherings or during phone calls serves only to push those people away from you. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that seniors who successfully age with strong relationships and good mental health share a common trait. They consciously choose to leave past conflicts in the past, focusing instead on present relationships and forward-looking positive interactions. They've made peace with the fact that people are imperfect, mistakes are universal, and dwelling on the past prevents enjoying the present. Studies show that chronic anger, resentment, and grievance holding elevate inflammation markers, raise blood pressure, disrupt sleep, impair immune function, and significantly shorten lifespan. Gladys, a 69-year-old from Texas, couldn't stop bringing up her adult son's mistakes from 30 years ago during every family gathering and phone conversation. He eventually stopped visiting and calling, leaving her lonely and depressed, realizing far too late that her inability to let go had permanently damaged the relationship. Dwelling on and repeatedly sharing past grievances damages your current relationships, sometimes irreparably. It pushes family members away, guaranteeing loneliness in your later years when you need connection most. It increases your own stress, anger, and unhappiness without changing the past or improving anything. It prevents you from enjoying whatever time remains with family members who, despite their flaws, care about you. It marks you as bitter and difficult, making people avoid spending time with you. Make a conscious, deliberate decision today to leave past conflicts firmly in the past where they belong. Focus all conversations on present relationships, positive shared memories, current events, and forward-looking topics only. When old grievances surface in your mind, acknowledge them and consciously redirect your thoughts to positive aspects of your current relationship with that person. Refuse to mention past mistakes, conflicts, or disappointments in conversations, no matter how tempting. If you've been holding on to old anger and repeatedly bringing it up, stop today before you push away everyone who matters. Life is too short to waste your remaining years on old anger. Let it go today and reclaim your peace immediately. You now know the 4 secrets to keep private after 65 for your peace and well-being. Your exact financial details and net worth, every minor medical diagnosis and health concern, your will contents and inheritance plans, and past family conflicts and old grievances. Protecting your peace through appropriate privacy boundaries isn't selfish or secretive. It's essential for your mental health, physical health, and quality of life in your senior years. Setting firm boundaries around these 4 areas will dramatically reduce your stress, improve your family relationships, preserve your autonomy, and give you the peaceful life you've earned and absolutely deserve. Which of these 4 secrets have you been sharing too freely, and which boundary will you start setting today? Comment with the number because I genuinely want to hear which one resonates most with your experience and family situation. If this video gave you permission to protect your peace and set healthy boundaries without guilt, hit that like button right now and subscribe for more practical wisdom on thriving after 65. Share this with other seniors who need to hear that protecting their privacy and peace isn't selfish, but essential for health, happiness, and quality of life in their later years.